All right, let's jump right into it. If you're an engineering professional trying to map out your next major career move, you have definitely landed in the right place. Today, we're diving into a full explainer on what could honestly be the ultimate career roadmap for 2026. We are looking at a massive, highly targeted recruitment event that could completely redefine your professional trajectory. We're talking about the Barry-Wehmiller Global Capability Center, or BWGCC for short, and their highly anticipated 2026 engineering walk-in drive. So grab your notes because we're going to unpack absolutely everything you need to know to jump on this opportunity.
Okay, let's dive into this. The whole philosophy driving this initiative really boils down to one simple idea. Drive innovation. Build what matters. Now that isn't just some catchy corporate slogan they slapped on a brochure. It's a direct call to action. BWGCC is actively looking for builders, creators, and true problem solvers who actually want to see their ideas become physical, working realities. If you're the kind of person who wants your daily grind to have a tangible impact on industrial progress, well, this explainer is going to show you exactly how to get your foot in the door. So, here's our game plan for today. First, we'll cover the BGGCC 2026 drive. Then, we'll break down the mechanical engineering opportunities, followed by the electrical and controls roles. After that, we'll run through the essential engineering skills you need, and finally, wrap up with the exact interview details and logistics.
Part 1, the BWGC 2026 drive.
I really want to be crystal clear about what this event actually is. This is a targeted walk-in recruitment drive exclusively for experienced engineering professionals. This isn't one of those generic hiring sprees where you drop a resume online and just disappears into some digital black hole never to be seen again. BWGCC is zeroing in on specialized talent across mechanical, electrical, and controls disciplines. They are opening their doors specifically to get face-to-face with people who already know their way around complex industrial machinery.
3 to 20 years. Let that sink in. That is a massive experience spectrum, right? It really shows they aren't just plugging a few random holes in their org chart. They're literally building comprehensive, multi-generational engineering teams from the ground up. We're talking mentors, innovators working side by side. So whether you're a mid-level designer with 3 years under your belt who's hungry to prove yourself, or a seasoned engineering leader with 2 decades of experience ready to run a whole department, there's a slot for you here. They are building a powerhouse.
Moving right along to Part 2, Mechanical Engineering Opportunities.
Before we get into the nitty-gritty of the specific roles, we really need to clarify a core requirement you're going to see pop up repeatedly: SPM, or Special Purpose Machine Design. What does that actually mean for your day-to-day? Well, it means you aren't just designing one isolated widget. You're engineering complete, customized, automated machinery from the very first brainstorming concept all the way through to the final manufacturing floor. It's about true end-to-end ownership. BWGCC wants engineers who can conceptualize the entire life cycle of a complex machine. Now, what's really interesting here is how clearly they've tiered these needs based on experience and software stacks. If you've got 3 to 8 years of experience and your primary tool is Siemens UG/NX, your focus is going to be heavily on machine and component design. Step it up to 3 to 10 years using SolidWorks, and the demand shifts right into that end-to-end SPM design we just talked about. And for you 14 to 20-year veterans, you'll be leading automation projects, driving serious research and development, and mentoring the rest of the floor. It is a perfectly structured career progression.
Let's pivot to Part 3, Electrical and Controls Roles.
It's incredibly important to delineate these two distinct tracks, because while both require 6 to 10 years of experience and sit at the senior engineer level, they live in completely different domains. On one side, electrical engineering is all about the physical hardware, right? The schematics, the industrial wiring, the complex control panel design. On the flip side, controls engineering is all about the software logic. You're building the brain of the operation, making sure the machine actually knows what to do instead of just sitting there looking like a very expensive piece of modern art.
Let's zoom in on the electrical senior engineer track for a second. If you're aiming for this role, you absolutely must be a pro at AutoCAD electrical. You need proven, hands-on experience in electrical design specifically for industrial machinery. We aren't talking about basic residential wiring here. You need to know how to design sophisticated control panels and integrate robust industrial electrical systems that can actually survive the realities of a harsh manufacturing environment.
Now, what about the controls senior engineers? This software stack is highly specific. You need deep, practical experience with PLC programming, particularly within the Rockwell automation ecosystem. If you dream in Allen Bradley PLC, FactoryTalk View, and Studio 5000, this is absolutely your moment. You also need strong HMI programming skills, because operators have to be able to seamlessly interface with the incredible machines the mechanical team just built. Mentally check these off. If this sounds like your toolkit, they are looking for you.
All right, part 4, essential engineering skills.
So the absolutely crucial point to remember here is this. Regardless of your specific role or your seniority, your basic engineering fundamentals have to be rock solid. Competencies like geometric dimensioning and tolerancing, or GD&T, and rigorous design calculations are totally non-negotiable. You have to intuitively understand the core principles of machine design and machinery automation. Look, pushing boundaries and innovating is fantastic, but it has to be built on undeniable mathematical and structural realities. Nail the basics and you'll thrive here.
And finally, part 5, interview details and logistics.
Since today is June 26th, the clock is practically ticking in our ears on this one. The walk-in dates are literally right around the corner, running from June 29th through July 3rd, 2026. It's a tight window, and the doors are open from 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you've been waiting for a sign from the universe to update your resume, consider this it.
Now you might be thinking, well, I don't live in Chennai, so I guess I'm out. Actually, scratch that. BWGCC has a brilliantly structured workaround. All you do is submit your resume via email. If you're out of town, your first round interview will be done virtually. You don't have to book a flight and go in blind. Only the shortlisted candidates from that virtual round are invited to fly in for the in-person event. It's honestly just a super efficient way to respect your time while casting a net for the absolute best talent across the country.
For those of you who are already local to Chennai, or for those of you who advance to that in-person round, here is exactly where you're heading. The venue is IndyCube Kush, located on the 7th floor, Kochar in the Sidco Industrial Estate in Guindy. To make your morning commute a breeze, if you're taking transit, keep an eye out for the Ekaduthangal Metro Station or the Olympia Tech Park bus stop. Map it out tonight, plan your route, and definitely arrive early.
To get the ball rolling literally right now, you need to get your resume in front of the recruitment team. Grab these 3 direct contact emails provided by BWGCC. Send over your updated resume and make sure you highlight those specific skills we just talked about, whether that's SolidWorks, Allen Bradley PLCs, or UGNX, and clearly state the exact role you're targeting. Do yourself a favor and make their job easy by showing them exactly where you fit into their puzzle.
Well, we've unpacked the roles, the specific tech stacks, and the whole logistical shebang. But here is the real question I want to leave you with today. In an era where automation is just rapidly defining the future of global manufacturing, are you going to be the one simply operating the machinery, or are you ready to be the architect who actually builds it? The doors are literally open this week. It's time to take action, step into your future, and as always, keep learning.